So we're now taking Queenopp and Dani's word for whatever they say outside of a courthouse. So for those of you that don't know, she will be going back to court on February 16th. She sounds in her voice at least like she's a little bit better, but she's worried. She looks a little scared because she had some people pull up on her in Philly to ask her a few questions, like they were some news reporters, and kudos to them. I'm glad that they did that. Even though you're not going to still get the truth from a narcissist, and especially one that's scared, because it was unexpected for someone to pull up on her like that. But you're not going to ever get the truth from Queenopp about anything. First and foremost, she wasn't saying nothing big when she said that. And first of all, it's not going to trial. It's not going to trial because of you, Queenopp. It's not going to trial because your lawyer suggested that you not do that, and you, with common sense, would know not to take it to trial, because they would have so much evidence on you, you would never see the day of light. She's not going to just get off scot-free, though. She's going to definitely have tons and tons of probation time. She's going to owe probably crazy community service and restitution fees. And trust and believe, according to Queenopp, I don't know if it's going to be in a week like she says out of her own mouth, the horse's mouth. We know she lies. It could be a month from now. But she'll be back on to social media more than ever, and even fiercer than ever after this case goes away, because she's going to have to beg again. She comes from those apps that they're like an upgrade from panhandling outside with a cup, and she's gonna beg, and that's just what she's gonna do. But I've caught Queenopp um in some lies from the past to the present time, and she continues to lie going forth. Because for her to make us believe, making it seem like maybe the courts gave her that option, the lesser option, that let's not take the trial. No, it's because you plead out, because you're saying by pleading out, I'm guilty. I don't want to take it to trial, because if I take it to trial, I could be found guilty with all the evidence that is compiled and do some serious time. And then get out from doing a serious time and still probably have probation, someone she still has to report to, do community service, and pay restitution fees. Where do they do that at? So this is where the plea comes in. And I've been saying that. But Queenopp, you got to stop all that lying, girlfriend. You lie too much. And we already know that you got a gag order on you. The courts, I'm quite sure they have told you to stay off of social media, at least until this case is over with. Why not? They told her not to touch the internet. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if Queenopp was allowed to be on social media, she would have taken down criminal evidence on herself on her own pages of what she did to Michelle, and she never did. Who leaves up the evidence? What criminal leaves up the evidence? You guys got to look beyond the smoke and mirrors and what comes out of Dani and Queenopp's mouth, because they're not always telling the truth. Now, I want you guys to listen closely to this interview that was done in 2022, and how Queenopp has said after this interview something trying to character assassinate Michelle in this live that they had did. It's just a reminder of how badly Queenopp can lie, and her audience and her fans, supporters, congratulators, and haters can still believe it to be the truth because it's coming out of Queenopp's mouth. It's a culture that Queenopp has created. And Queenopp knows, because she's been doing this for some time, that when this passes, because it shall pass, this court situation, she is going to be showing her, you know what rhymes with it.
The maggots, she seen it. That's like me seeing the maggots and then coming in the room and taking a nap, going to sleep. And she didn't see it. She saw it, so why would you just go to sleep and not just take the trash to the dumpster? The maggots was inside the trash can, because we was in Atlanta for 2 weeks. I don't know what waste in the trash can but it was maggots in there. So what are you talking about?
Mean by just lying is your nastiness, shish. You were allegedly in jail for about a good 30 days after putting pause on Michelle in ATL because you were doing your little, club thing. Let's just say that adult club thing in Atlanta and Florida. You were going, around some of the states getting your coins, your bag, and Michelle was with you. So those maggots that were in the trash were not only Michelle's fault, but your fault because it's your place. So you're just as nasty as Michelle was, but you wanted to drag and character assassinate Michelle. Well, listen to this beautiful beam footage of Kirby, the sister, Michelle's sister, confirming that she was in ATL, Michelle was, with Queenopp. This is around the time when they came back that she was talking about how basically the trash was left before they went to ATL. And that's how the maggots got inside the trash can because they left food and debris in there and left out of state and came back. And that's how they got in the trash. Nasty, I know. Interview was done on Empress's channel on June 3rd, 2022. Okay. So this is around the time that Michelle's sister got on to Big Go to tell her side of the story about being concerned about her sister and what Michelle and Queenopp's relationship sort of was like and how she was treating Michelle, how she wasn't feeling it. But in this video, she says what happened when they were in Atlanta. And Michelle wasn't there probably for 3 weeks. She ended up getting money to get back from family back home. And Queenopp stayed in jail for at least 30 days, according to Michelle's sister in this interview. And this was on June 3rd, 2022. So this was uploaded after the interview was done with Empress on Big O. So let's hear this beautiful bean footage.
Sorry. You said, when did my mom first try to confront her about what?
Like, Shell, what are you doing? What's going on?
Well, basically,
I don't know, Lana down there.
We all knew that we all came at my sister basically when we seen how she got beat up. Basically, she was in Atlanta with Sierra. Sierra was dancing out in Atlanta. They started traveling around to different places, Atlanta, Florida, and my sister had text messaged my father, myself, a photo of her face, and she was woolly lumped up all over. I mean, she was not like. She was.
So you're saying that your sister texted some photos to your family, and she was all bruised. And what did she say happened?
Well, the cops told us what happened initially, and then she stated that Sierra had did it, and that she had threw her out of the house, and she didn't know where any of her belongings and stuff like that was. So me and my father was like, at this point, we're just gonna get you home. We bought a train ticket, and she got the train home. Sierra was locked up for it, and we kept telling my sister, like, go press, just press charges, leave the situation alone.
All right, so the police told you what now?
What had happened or something, and then my sister got on the phone and expressed that it was Sierra, and we basically found the way where she was. We had to get all the information from the staff and all that there, because my sister didn't know anything about Atlanta, where she was and all that stuff like that. So when we figured everything out and how to get her home, we did get her home. And when we got her home, we, basically was telling her, like, you need to press charges. This isn't right, because I wanted, of course, to go after her, but I couldn't get to her, and I didn't know where the heck this girl was staying, nothing. So, long story short, they came back. My sister wound up going right back to this girl. Like, literally, we paid for a train ticket up here for her, and the minute she got out of jail, my sister went right back down to Atlanta with her. And then it was like, me and my dad looking at each other like, yo, did we just pay for a ticket for somebody to just seriously, like, run back to Atlanta to the same person? So, you know, it was kind of odd to us about that situation, but it was just like, you know, what we supposed to do? Like, what, you know, we didn't have an address for down there. We didn't know where she was. You understand what I'm saying? And now we talking about the state now.
So how long would you say Queenopp, aka Sierra, was in jail?
She might have been in jail for, after she did that incident, it may have been a month. It's got to be somewhere around.
So for beating up your sister, she was there for 1 month?
She was in there for a little while. I'm not sure exactly the amount of time, but I know she was in there. She was actually in jail.
Okay. All right, so for a lot of you guys that don't know or don't watch, we will be able to pull.
We're in that trash longer than 2 weeks, and for her to get up there and showboat on Michelle like that is ridiculous. But that just goes to show how it dates back, the lies and the misconceptions that she likes to spew out into the public. And we go for it. Well, at least you go for it. Because I do commentary on her, and I know that just because Queenopp says something out front of a courthouse, that doesn't mean she's telling the truth. Just like I know that she's only not going to trial because she's pleading out, and that's just common sense. And that's how you know she plays in audiences' faces, because she doesn't think we have common sense as an audience. Because anybody with sense knows, if you know for a fact that you can be found guilty of something if you take it to trial, you don't take it to trial, you plea out. You only take something to trial when you know there's no evidence stacked up against you. So there'll be more. There'll be more I'll be pointing out, because we're not going to allow history to repeat itself. We're going to prepare ourselves for what's to come. And I'm ready for it. I'm amped up for her coming back and us doing commentary. She allegedly said she's going to stop being active on her YouTube channel. I don't know how long that's going to last with the YouTube thing, because her mouth has to have a filter on it. And maybe I shouldn't have said that, because maybe she'll sound like how she sounded when she got caught outside the courthouse, like a innocent bystander, like a nice little church girl. And we know that that's farther from the truth. But that's the only way she's going to make it on her YouTube channel. YouTube's not going to put up with that mess with her and Dani. So I don't know how she's going to pull this off, but we'll see.
That, but what is some of the misconceptions that you told me that you want the people to know? That you are not locked up. Nobody was locked up.
Yeah, nobody was locked up.
No, you was not locked up. And what else is something?
You was on your best behavior, huh?
Y'all haven't been watching? Oh, man. They said y'all want to stay off of social media. Now, is it a... We thought it was a gag order. We thought it was a gag order. To keep y'all off of social media.
No, we have a daughter, so that's our problem. It's not a gag order. It's just we don't want to go live. We don't have to post if we don't want. Right. We don't have to go live. Like, people act like we have to go live. We don't have to.
Okay.
You know you're missing out on that money, girl.
Why is it got to be something bad that we're not posting?
Okay. So that was a misconception also, because people said that you was going to give her away, and that's not true. You want to give her. No, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to offend you. I'm telling you what's out here. They said that it was a cash issue, that once they stop being cute, you want to give it back to the father. Well, that's what's on the social, that's what's online. Mama here, that's what you lose your baby slur.
Listen.
Look, see, she said it too. See, so she knows.
Yeah, she know.
Mama girl, y'all confusing. Okay, I'm using your baby slip.
Oh,
Other kids.
Facts. Okay, I get that.
So you're saying it's a character.
No, she's saying it's a
That's not what
character.
she
I can
is.
get that.
She said in the video, she said, Dani, shut, and you know the rest, okay? So why would you say that when Dani's right in front of the courthouse helping you co-sign your lie? Because if you was a stand-up person, Queenopp and Dani, right when they came and approached you to ask you to clear up all these misconceptions, these rumors, these allegations, you wouldn't have told Dani to shut up, but you did. And we wouldn't have to sit there and say now it's cleared up because we heard it from the horse's mouth if you didn't lie. Everything that comes out your mouth be a lie. So it's like we hear it from the horse's mouth, but we've heard many of things from the horse's mouth, and it never ends up to be true. So how true is this that you didn't get a gag order to stay off a line? How true is it that you guys been two people in love and haven't had any quarrels and no popo has been called and no arrests have been made, and so forth? It seems like everything that is said to you, even in person, you always want to say it's not what it is. Also, what I don't get, which is really funny, look at Queenopp's energy. She looks like she's so shy and, timid. She don't have that energy like she has like when she's online. She can't believe that somebody actually spotted her